Hi everybody, I'm Brenda. Welcome back to my quilt room. I'm going to show you today a quilt that was in my last video. It's called Wraparound, and I did the quilting myself on my baby lock, and here it is behind me. It came out to be 53.5 inches square, and I did the quilting in just diagonal lines, crosshatch pattern, about 2 inches apart all the way over the whole quilt. I'm really pleased with how well it quilted. I think it turned out really nice. I used a 45-inch, this is a 1800s reproduction fabric, and I had to piece a little bit of it together for the back, but it came out great, and you can't even tell where the line was where I put it together. And I washed it, and it has that nice soft crinkly, wrinkly feel. And like I said, it came out to be 53.5 inches square. In the prior video, I did show you the 2 charm packs that I used, but I do believe in order to make mine a little bit bigger, I added a few of my own charm squares that I cut up to make it this bigger size. So I wanted you to see that, and I'm real happy with how it came out, so I'll be practicing doing more quilting in the future. Now, as we move around my table, I'd like to show you something. People have asked me in the past, where do I get the hankies from when I made the hanky dress, the butterfly hanky, and also the wedding gown. So if we want to look at some of these over here on the wall, I took a few hankies out and I practiced refolding some. And here's the dress, here's the wedding gown. And I just recently, when we were out on an antiquing shopping trip, this is one of the hankies that I picked up. And I just look for hankies that are a variation of colors. They're different sizes. I look for things that are unusual. I love the gray one up in the corner over there. I just look for things that are different, you know, that I like. And I picked up this pink and brown. And I thought that was so pretty because there's pink and brown in this quilt. I do like those colors. But another interesting thing that I like to look for when we're out are these little pin cushions. Now, this little turtle, this belonged to my mother. And when we were having to divide up things from the house after she passed away, everyone said, oh, give the turtle goes to Brenda because she sews. Well, I tried to find information about these on the internet, and apparently they make an entire entourage of animals. Here's the elephant. I found that at a Goodwill store. And when we were out just the other day, I found the kitty cat. They make a dog, a goose, a bear, chairs, baskets, all sorts of these little figurines. And so I turned them into pin cushions. I found a little shoe. Here's a little wheelbarrow that I picked up. And of course, it doesn't match because it doesn't have all the little flowers on it. But I like to pick these up and make them into little pin cushions. And I do use them if I'm sewing in this room or a different room, or if I go someplace, then I may take one of those with me. I've found the little shoes. A friend of mine made this one for me out of a teacup. And then for my birthday one year, I received this one in the mail as a gift from one of my really good friends. And it's a little red truck, and she put a little pin cushion in the back of it. So I like to keep my eye out for things like this that catches my eye when we're out antique shopping and just perusing. Well, something else that I found I want to show you. It's a toy. And the reason that it caught my eye was because it's blocks. And these blocks are half square triangles. And I think there's a set of 32 blocks here. All the blocks were here. And each block, it has solid squares, and it also has the half square triangles. And I guess the educational part of using these is for the children to learn the shapes and to be able to make different designs. And I was enamored with this because I thought, how many times have I wondered, I wonder what I could do with all those half square triangles. Well, now I have all these little blocks that I can set out on my table here, and I can mix and match and put them together until I get the design that I want. And I love things like this that are ingenious and make children use their brain. My husband printed off this picture, and it came originally with a little placement mat here so that they could learn to put designs together. So I thought that was just, I was just enamored with that. And that all the pieces were there. I think it was made in 1970. You can look for this online. I know there's computer programs and things like that that people have now to do designing, but this is just a manipulative, hands-on little blocks that I could sit and make different designs out of half square triangles and other solid colors. So I thought that was a wonderful little find. I also found this. Now, a lot of you may recognize this type of material, and they've kind of started to bring it back. In the old days, when we were growing up, they called it Melmac. And this big bowl was on the bottom of a shelf, and it had some other things sitting on top of it. And sure enough, when I turned it over to the back, it has this Aztec Melmac logo on it. I'm not sure if you can see it or not. But they only wanted $5 for this bowl. So I snatched it right up, and now when I make popcorn, this is just the right size to fill up. I love things like this. Now, you can't put these in the microwave. They weren't made for that. But that's something else that I found when we were out antique shopping. So anyway, that's what I look for, and that's where I find my hankies. And so if you haven't watched those videos, you may want to go back through the playlist and find those and watch and look at the dresses and the butterflies. And then I did one on the wedding gown. So until the next time, we'll see you later. And as a side note, just let me mention that I have some information of a person in Florida who reached out to me and contacted me via the YouTube channel about where to send donations if you would like to send quilts for people who have been through this tragedy of these last two storms. We'll put that information in the description box if you would like to send donations to them. And so till the next time, we'll see you later. Bye.